Okay, yes, I'm live once more. And I want to say that good morning, good evening, good afternoon. Okay, good morning, good afternoon, good evening for you watching out there. Now, I'm going to get on with some stuff that I've been making note of. First, let me just reorganize my thoughts and just let me get this so I can get this underway. All right. Okay. Let me just start off with this thought. Summers here while enjoying ourselves during these challenging economic times. But we're going to talk about some things during these economic times we're facing. Because I feel I just got to get this out of here. Okay, first I'm going to talk about Netflix. Now Netflix is in the news once more, and it looks like they're going to try to open up a brick and mortar store, but not really a retail store in itself where they sell movies. Of course, they were trying to do that before, but I don't know if it worked out for them or not. But this business venture for Netflix is different because they're opening up a new, a pop-up restaurant, having all the chefs that they have on the TV shows that they run. Of course, these chefs host some cooking shows or restaurant shows that Netflix has on that plans on showing for them. And this pop-up restaurant is gonna, I don't know what food they're gonna serve or what type of employers they're gonna have, but they're opening up a new restaurant, pop-up restaurant. Now I think this is probably second business venture that they're trying to run. Now Netflix has really grown into one of the major players in Hollywood. First off, starting out as a rental business where people can rent movies, and then the business went so well they blossomed into a movie television studio in years. Now, Netflix was at a time where I think their assets were pretty low, and they went to Blockbuster, which used to be in business. They wanted them to buy Blockbuster to buy them, and Blockbuster refused. And apparently, they grew beyond Blockbuster, and as a result, Blockbuster went out of business. So, gotta give props to them, to Netflix. Now, Netflix is trying to grow more of its business model and trying to add more to its business portfolio by opening a pop-up restaurant. How the restaurant will go, it remains to be seen. Okay, now we got that out of the way. We're going to move on to Bell Media. Now, Bell Media is a company that owns certain radio and television studios and networks. And apparently, job cuts they're cutting some jobs, unfortunately. They're closing a lot of radio stations and news centers around the globe. Now, Bell Media, as you know, they own CTV and they own parts of TSN, a certain percentage of TSN, I would say. And they are cutting jobs and closing a lot of radio stations and news centers and cutting its staff, management staff, by 6%. You think that's not a lot? Managers, it's a lot, especially if you really do the math and the numbers as to how many staff members, especially in management, will lose their jobs. So do the math, think about that. And their phone business has caused them to lose $250 million in total revenue. You believe that? A big company, Bell Media, but they've been losing a lot of money for, I don't know how long, but they've been losing a lot of money for years. So it's not really, so I'm shocked, but at the same time, I'm not surprised because suddenly we're seeing a bit of a shift in the media business where most television stations, most people, they're not watching television as much, and they're getting all their news and watching all their content on the internet. Like say places like Netflix and Amazon Plus, Amazon or Disney Plus and YouTube, and in some cases Instagram and TikTok. So that says a lot right there as to what the business media is like. And I think Bell Media, they didn't move with the times when everybody make the transition from television or cable to the internet and to other media platforms. They took too long to move. And I think they paid the price for it. And that as a result, Bell Media, they fell behind and they lost a lot of money as a result due to moving too slow to keep up with pace with the times. And this is for mostly all the media companies that decide not to go online and not to go where they can reach their most biggest customer base, especially along with the millennials and the Gen Zers. They're shifting away from, I think, television. Now, what millennial or Gen Zer, who watches television anymore? Like what Gen Z or millennial watches TV anymore, or even watches just news stuff and sports on cable television? Not many of them. The generations are really, really different. But millennials, Gen Zers, and to some extent, Generation X, Gen Xers, moving way past that old media with televisions and radios. Now they're getting their content from social media and all these other platforms like YouTube and Facebook and Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat, and TikTok. So Bell Media, unless they want to retain some of their money back, they have a lot of work to do in catching up and keeping up with the times. Okay, we're close to 10 minutes. Okay, one more thing I got to discuss here, and it has to do with inflation. Now, as you know, inflation has really taken over both economies here in Canada and the United States. And they say now inflation has caused a real big hindrance to retirement, which, of course, not really surprising to me, because think about it. Inflation has caused a lot of items such as food and clothing and housing to go up in prices. And most old seniors, they're not able to, I would say able to spend their money, but they're not able to get enough money to buy the essentials that they need, like food and clothing and shelter. You think about this, rent prices have gone up. Nowadays, a bachelor pad or bachelorette pad costs over $1,000 a month in rent. Maybe about, I think, $1,500, $1,800 a month. That's a lot of money. And even two-bedroom apartments, I don't know about how much it is in the US, but from what I have seen, most apartments in the United States, they're about like over $2,000 a month. That's a lot of money, because I just found out in Calgary here, $1,800 a month for most apartments in the city. It's even more costly in cities like Vancouver and Toronto. So that says a lot right there. That reveals a lot as to how interest rates are really, really going high, making it harder for people to catch up or save money. I mean, even if people were to get good jobs, the money they make still won't be enough to keep up with high level amounts of inflation, especially on the prices of food and gasoline, which is why most people, they're switching over to electric vehicles these days because of the high price of gasoline, which is still pretty high. The only lowest price, if you look at the grades, like say, for instance, like regular, mid-grade, and premium and diesel, the only price that is the lowest is diesel. But what cars? How many cars have diesel? Not many vehicles run on diesel. So with the high price of gasoline, most people are just buying electric vehicles. But still, I would say that not many people are willing to give up their cars, gasoline run cars. But with this inflation, who knows when the interest rates will go down. Who knows when it will go down and if they'll go down. Now you think about this, you look at the average senior in US, in Canada, and the United States, a majority of them, they don't have any savings at all. Maybe they have some sort of small emergency fund, but majority of them, no savings account at all. No savings at all. And that will be a detriment to their financial futures and to deal with this inflation, which I think will continue through this day. And it's unlikely that things will get better and improve. And what companies are going to pay their employees a lot of money to help them foot the bills, high amounts of bills they have to pay? Not many companies are willing to do that because they themselves don't have very much money to hold on to most employees that work there for a certain amount of time. And most employees, they either have to look for better jobs or to take some sort of pay cut. So to basically offset the high amount of inflation that they have, which forces retirees to even have to go back to work. So I don't know. It's not looking very good. And I think I pretty much covered what I have to say in this live stream. You see, I'm not getting many likes or viewers. So I'll just end this live stream and find some more topics to discuss in the next one. Take care and have yourselves a good evening.